The dense forests of Tuscany are not only beautiful, but also filled with countless mysteries and challenges. Here, wild boars, intelligent and powerful creatures, have the ability to blend seamlessly into the thick foliage, making hunting them an arduous trial. They are not just prey, but a true test of skill, patience, and the ability to handle the wild. That's why we decided to step into this forest, not only to hunt, but to conquer the challenges it presents. The early morning mist still clung to the forest as we arrived, ready to face the challenge that awaited us. Armed with specialized weapons and necessary support gear, we entered a hunt full of danger. Sensing that this area would likely reveal a target, I decided to take up a concealed position. Then, a familiar pungent scent hit the air, one I knew well. A series of shots rang out, aimed directly at the source of the smell. Precisely, there it was, a wild boar. Quickly advancing, the dark figure was not easily defeated, standing like an immovable rock. My finger tightened on the trigger, and the shot rang out. Precise, disabling the boar's fierce resistance. A perfect start, signaling a journey full of promise. Advancing deeper into the forest, every step we took was cautious, not daring to relax even for a moment. The hunting dogs pressured a target, their barking relentless, like the sound of a death toll. The boar tried to escape, but all its escape routes were sealed. At close range, Jay took his shot. Bang! The prey collapsed, ending its futile attempt to flee. Thanks to the seamless coordination and patience of our dogs, we had all the time and space needed to act. With the perfect range, Jay faced no obstacles. The cold, precise shot sealed the fate of this destructive creature. After surveying the terrain, we realized the wild boars here were incredibly smart. Whether alone or in a group, they always hid within the dense canopy, highly alert to any movement around them. We decided to spread out into different areas, each of us taking up a position to easily spot and deal with the targets. It wasn't long before a familiar figure appeared within our sights. The moment had arrived, and a precise shot was fired. The boar collapsed immediately. At the same time, Jay's shots rang out from the west, loud and rapid, like a clear report signaling that the deployed strategy had proven effective. After the loud blasts, the wild boar began to panic and flee towards the south of the forest. I informed Nick of the checkpoint location, and he quickly positioned himself, patiently observing every movement. There it was. It suddenly darted across. The opportunity had come. Nick tightened his finger on the trigger. A swift, precise shot. The prey collapsed right on the spot. A victory earned through patience and precision in every moment. Suspecting that wild boars were still hiding in this area, we continued to scan every nook and cranny. The tension hung in the air, my hand never loosening its grip on the rifle. As soon as the target entered the crosshairs, my finger tightened on the trigger. Perfect! A sense of satisfaction surged through me. All those hours of training had finally paid off. This area, with its limited visibility, was no match for our sharp eyes. Every step, every movement was meticulously planned, ready to take down the prey flawlessly. Just a few minutes later, the target emerged. A decisive shot rang out, and the beast collapsed among the trees. The prize secured, beyond our expectations. Sweat mixed with smiles as the efforts of a long day's hunt were finally rewarded. The hunt ended, not just with a victory, but as a testament to our skill and unwavering spirit of perseverance.
Gotta get closer. knows run the field.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, here we go.
Let's pig kill him.
Got him, buddy.
Hai. Ayo.
The gunfire echoed through the air, accompanied by the roar of helicopters slicing through the wind. Closing in on the Boers. Don't let them escape. An aerial chase like no other. From the helicopter, the devastated farmlands came into view, wild boar tracks scarring the earth. I clenched my rifle in anger, keeping a steady lock on the chaotic movement below. The herd scattered in all directions, making it nearly impossible to get a clear shot. In that split second, I squeezed the trigger. A perfect headshot. Helicopter hunting is an expensive method, but it's incredibly effective. From above, you can survey the entire area. With no obstacles in the way, the wild boars have nowhere to hide. At this moment, the sound of the helicopter sent the boars into a wild frenzy, creating complete chaos below. The more chaotic it became, the more intense the hunt felt. I locked on to my first target. A boar had separated from the herd, charging like a whirlwind, testing my sharpshooting skills. Bang! The first shot seemed to miss, and the boar continued to race away from the deadly reach. I quickly adjusted my aim. This time, I couldn't afford to miss. The bullet plunged from the sky, taking the beast down decisively. It slid across the ground, dust flying in all directions. Was this shot worth a perfect 10 for marksmanship, guys? Below, chaos unfolded as the herd of boars scattered in every direction, desperately trying to escape the aerial pursuit. The atmosphere grew frantic. Massive bodies thundered across the ground, dust swirling in every direction. We tightened our grip on the rifles, focusing on the fast-moving targets, none of which followed any predictable pattern. This time, we were determined to wipe them out. The shots rang out in quick succession. Several boars collapsed, but most of them continued their frantic dash forward. The cries, the thundering hooves, the helicopter blades slicing through the air, and the gunfire mixed with the roar of the engines, creating a scene that was both brutal and chaotic. It truly felt like a battle. We landed the helicopter in a field to the west of the village. The area had been heavily ravaged by the boars. My friend Jason took out his binoculars and scanned the distance. Hundreds of meters away, he spotted a target, a dark a wild boar, scavenging through the remains of what was left. With standard firearms, taking a shot at that distance would have been impossible. Jason quickly chambered around. In a smooth, decisive motion, he brought the boar down from such a far distance. From the sky to the ground, It was this seamless coordination between the team and our advanced equipment that formed a solid strategy to successfully complete the mission entrusted to us by the people. On the other side of the fence, a wild boar was rummaging for food. We spotted the target. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and squeezed the trigger decisively. The bullet flew true, striking the boar, which collapsed instantly, motionless. Perfect shot. The sound of barking dogs filled the air. From the thick bushes, a massive wild boar charged out, with a pack of hounds close behind. I chambered around. Before I could finish the shot, Jason's perfectly timed support ended the situation. We were lucky. If we'd been even a second slower, we might have been attacked. It was dangerously close. It's rare for us to face a boar so directly like this. The distance was so close. In moments like this, if you don't stay calm and react quickly, you'll lose the battle.